welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in as always, and as always, thank you for all your kind likes, subscribes, shares, comments, discussions, all very, very much appreciated. Right, today, bit of a mundane one, so we're going practical work today. So we're doing lanoguard on the Fabia. So let's just go through the equipment as per normal. So we've got Atomac in the sprayer just to get into any voids, and up inside the arches, wheel discs, etc., brake discs, etc., etc. We have got 7.5% Surfex HD in the IK foamer. We've got a weak touchless. We've got the angled lance, Karcher K2, and cars up on rally ramps, which is perfectly adequate. No additional support because I don't plan to go under the car. Just gonna get a squirt in from the sides and from the back. And the lanoguard, this is a good tip for anyone thinking about doing it. The lanoguard is in the sink with blazing hot water. So I've just warmed up the lance so that it's all cleared out from its previous usage. And I've also warmed up the bottle of lanoguard so it's easier to decant. Right, let's just go straight in. I've got the torch on the side of the GoPro, so hopefully we'll get some reasonable shots. That's the light on. So, thought I'd get some footage for two reasons really. To show people what to expect from a car of this age if you're thinking of buying one. This one's done just coming up to 60,000 miles. And also for my record books as well, so we'll get as good a shots as possible. This is just going to get cleaned and get coated. Oh, excuse me. Let's just see if we can get into here. So, it's not looking too bad, really. It's not looking too bad. So the aim is, I want to get the suspension mounts all thoroughly coated. The rear beam, I want to get that coated. All these fastenings, they're going to get Atomac, and then a good coating of lanoguard. Same here, same up there. Atomac on the fasteners. Plenty of Atomac and lanoguard on the exhaust. Let's just see what we can observe on the front. Sorry, I should say from the side. So, seals looking all right. These are a little bit crusty and could definitely benefit from lanoguard and Atomac underneath. Generally looking okay. A little bit of rust on that beam there, or that bracket. So we'll definitely get plenty of coverage on that. And from this angle we can see this beam here. Also a little bit of surface crust, but nothing too major. So all the fasteners are looking all right. You know, brake pipes, brake pipe hangers, grommets, seals are looking okay. They'll definitely benefit from a thorough covering. So I'm going to do, excuse me, let's get that torch off. I'm going to do all the prep work this morning, get that prep underway, and get all the products dwelling on the vehicle and give it a thorough rinse. And then it's going to be 1 to 2, maybe 3 hours just to sit and dry. If it's not drying quick enough, I'll use the blower, but hopefully I'll structure my day so that it's got plenty of time to dry, and then we can get straight into the lanoguard application later. So let's just get the camera down. I think I'll leave the torch on throughout. Get this in. See if we can get a reasonable shot. Sorry, I'll get on the floor to get this positioned so you can see where we're working and what I'm doing. So we'll start getting Surfx HD up in there. Excuse me. So the idea is to get all the wet work out of the way. So that's how I'm going with, you know, the key dirtier areas. So we'll let that do some work on there. See if I can just get under here a bit. So I get around that corner, because I did notice a little bit of clag on there. Nice for the seals to get a little bit of love. Right, let's see if we can get a shot around the bum. It's gonna be a lot of me rolling around on the floor, trying to get the GoPro positioned nicely. So we'll just try and get full coverage up in this area. Move the GoPro back a bit. Definitely going to get some lanoguard up into the jacking point support. That's a nice little void. Right, one more pump. Excuse me. Let's get this over here. So we'll get that up in there. Same this side. Behind the heat shield. Get that exhaust blinging as much as possible. Going to clean the underneath of the bumper while I'm down here. I'll get the other side done off cam, and then we'll get into whipping the touchless up underneath. Try and get a shot there. Excuse me. So you can see what I'm working on. God, when I started, I was cold. I'm boiling now. All that up and down. Right, let's just get the cartridge on. So you can set the sprayer to a point, and you can also tilt the unit like that for getting underneath. So let's get the camera over here. That's really good, actually. Works a treat. My apologies. Ooh. It's going to be a messy one. So, hopefully, as you can see, you can easily get to well over half just by the back. Might have got the GoPro a bit then. GoPro's looking like Father Christmas. No drama. It's waterproof. Gonna go in a little bit because you've got a good angle on that beam there. Lovely. Ooh. Apart from getting covered in it, of course. Which, naturally, I am. Just going to use this last bit up underneath the front, actually. While I'm here. Why not? Might as well. Double handy being able to use the MJJC at an angle. So let's have a little nose at all that, shall we? It's going to fold up. Just need to wipe. Sorry. Right, so we've got a nice covering, initially Surfex on the dirtier bits, and now touchless on the entire under. And this now means we could do full rinse from standing with the angled lance. Apologies for that rubbish shot. Full rinse with the angled lance, and then we've got adequate time from the whatever the time is now until probably just after midday, and I'll start getting the lanoguard on. Lovely. So we'll start getting into the arches, sills. Sweet. I did do a bit in there. Yep. Actually, we could do the arches. No, I don't need to. I don't need to, do I? No. I'll probably do them off camera in a minute. Perfect, easy peasy. Right, don't need to film the entire car being rinsed, but you get the idea. I'm going to get that all rinsed and then get some Atomac up underneath so it's drying and everything's good. And then once it's dry, we'll start getting the lanoguard in. So I'll be back this afternoon. Right, that's that fully rinsed and liberally coated with Atomac. So that'll give everything a fighting chance of drying with minimal surface rust. God dear. Sorry, I'm speaking laying on my side. And my brain's like, I can't do it. Anyway, it's got a liberal coating of built hamber Atomac. Usual strength. Around about 35mm in a 600ml bottle. Anyway, so everything's looking nice and clean as it can be. So we'll give that opportunity for that to dry. Anyway, I've got Atomac absolutely everywhere. All on the wheels, the suspension, the brakes, and atomized as far as I could reach underneath without getting underneath. And I meant to say, the reason I'm doing lanoguard is because it has always served me well on the Subaru. I've used it twice a year on the Subaru pretty much ever since I've had it, and it's always served me well. And Subaru, as I say, has it twice a year. I'm due to do a Subaru up. As soon as I get it back, Subaru's going up, and we'll have a good old examine all around underneath of the Subaru to see how the lanoguard has lasted. So I did all the seams with moto grease, like the extra thick concentrated lanoguard that you put on with a brush. I do the entire underside twice a year. It's not been done since last October, November, so coming up a year. So as soon as the Forester's back, we'll go over that. And also to mention, I nearly washed the car and then remembered, because I had to get some overspray of touchless off. But then I remembered that I'm planning to do hose wash for this tomorrow. Again, another little update on the coatings. So we'll do hose wash on Fab, hose wash on S-Cross, just to see how easy it is to clean the car now they've got coatings. Anyway, right, I'm going to go in for a break and then let that dry, and we'll get back to that as soon as possible. Right, so with all the prep work complete, that is Surfex HD on the sills, up inside the wheel arches, any areas that I could get to with a sprayer, IK foam I should say, and then touchless all underneath the car, and pressure washed all of that away, rinsed everything. I've got Atomac on the suspension, the wheels, the discs, and all the void I could get to. And in terms of drying, I had some time to think about this. So you can either use a big boy blower, or you could take the car for a short drive to get it all warm underneath and to get some air underneath it to dry it out, or just leave it to dry naturally. The choice is yours. I did in the end use the big boy blower because I need to go and do some gardening at my mum's. So we'll get that in there. And in case I forgot to mention at the start of the video, good practice to put the lanoguard in a sink full of hot water or a bucket. Also worth noting is that the sprayer has stream or traditional mist. So using that functionality gives you the ability to get round a large proportion of the car without huge amounts of moving around. So if I just get a shot on here so you can see how it goes on. So as soon as it starts to cool, it solidifies a bit like lard. But we'll get this on everything. And from this angle, we'll also do that lower beam. And what you find is handy when you're doing this is attacking everything from as many different angles as you can achieve. And that will give you good distribution. Doesn't matter if it gets on the brakes, doesn't matter if it gets on the inside of the wheels, and it's fine on plastics and rubber. So just pull the camera back a bit while I spray in there. Apologies about the lead. Set that to mist. Get it all up in here. And then I'll move around a bit. Just to make sure we're getting this side as well. Manoeuvre the cam. Hopefully that is a good shot. Go back to stream for a bit, just to get it on that beam again from a slightly different angle. If it gets on the exhaust, which I don't care about, it doesn't matter. It'll just smell, it burns off readily, and it'll smell like you're cooking a sheep under your car. So again, mixture of angles, mixture of mist and stream, everything you can do to get it into as many nooks and crannies as possible. Ooh. Try not to get covered in it, so I end up spending loads of time cleaning the... So hopefully we'll get a good shot of that. All good. We'll do up inside here, obviously. Lovely jubbly. And we'll do the other side on cam as well. Let's get it on a long squirt for that. Let that all run down. All good. See if we can get the cam under a little bit of the sides, and then I'll get the rest done off cam. It's the only thing, it's hard to film and do. Ooh. Right, hopefully we can see that. Lovely. Get all these seams liberally coated. And it really is that easy. Make sure all the exposed metal works, getting it, nuts, rubbers, bushes, etc, etc. That was quite good. So I'll just wipe my hand, move along, grab another section. Oh, sorry GoPro. We'll have a little session on long spray. Get all down the front without me needing to go down there. Lower arms. Heat shields. And we'll inject it into any holes. Oh, and in my face. Lovely. So as you can see, like I say, it's just about distributing it as well as you can, going in as many angles as you can, getting it up into as many of the little crevices as you can. Just getting it on that lower beam, rear beam, up, under. etc, etc. So as you can see, with the long spray stream, you can almost get it everywhere. But like I say, it's just good to hit from as many different angles as you can, just to get it up into all those crevices. Right, that's good for that side. Buzz round, get some more on the other side. Oh, excuse me. And we have used 20% of the bottle, and that's it. So I reckon in this pack there's enough to do Fabia twice. Just get myself into position. Get the seals treated. Try not to kill the GoPro. Get in that little seam. Hit this beam from this angle as well. Up under all the mount for the petrol tank. And we're moving in on completion. I'll get the camera in for a little look. Right, I'll pause that a minute. Right, we'll get in and have a look at as much of that as possible. So once you're satisfied, you've got a good coating over all the key elements that you want to protect for the winter. That is that. All done. Easy. All got a nice shine underneath. Any rusty, crusty parts, the lanoguard will soak into and provide thin film protection. So the lanoguard will naturally sort of moisturise the metal and make it look better than it did, and also provide a waterproof barrier. So that's all looking all right. It's all looking all right. We'll have a little look round the side. Whew. Oh, it's good on the arches. It's good on the arches. So I've got all up inside there. Looking lovely. All good. One little nose at the underside. Get the camera in as best as possible without destroying anything. So we've got a nice greasy protective film. So this bit was sort of starting to look a bit rusty crusty. So you can see that's nicely moisturised and protected now. You can see it starting to dry up. So all good. All good. All the plastic's got a nice shine about them. Got the rear beam. All good. Plenty of product sitting on there. Nice. And that is that. Oh. Oh. Excuse me. Just doing the torch. Pop. There we go. So, easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'll let that dry to lard. Get the car off the ramps later on. And I'm going to cut my mum's grass. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that one. Hope it gives a slightly better overview than last time. using the torch was the sort of studio light on the side of the GoPro is definitely a good thing to do. And if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the like button if you're enjoying the content. And I'll be back tomorrow for hose wash on the Fab to see how the coatings are faring, and we'll also do hose only on the S-Cross, just enough dirt to provide a nice video on that. See how just hose gets on with cleaning coated cars and how easy they are to wash. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that one. As soon as Forrester's back, we'll get underneath that, see how the lanoguard has performed on the Forester, and then we'll get in, give the Forester a top up. Anyway, thanks for watching as always. See you again soon. Bye.